I want to take this opportunity to teach something that is somewhat of a lost art, evaluating deals in today's market. Now, how I evaluate deals in today's market is very different than how I evaluate deals 3 or 4 years ago. The reason why we evaluate deals differently is 3-4 years ago, we would buy a property, put it on the market, and get 3 or 4 offers. So it was really easy because the assumption was it was always going to go up. And when you assume something, you maybe get lucky a couple times, but at the end of the day, you're always at the short end of the stick. So I want to talk about how to evaluate deals in today's market. So for this particular example, there's homeowners you're talking directly or bird dogs and wholesalers. I want to specifically deal with people, bird dogs and wholesalers bring you deals. There's a lot of people out there, bird dogs and wholesalers, who have a lot of deals. A lot of people looking for deals. See, finding great deals is not a problem. It's finding the quality deals and knowing how to evaluate them in less than 3 minutes. Because you're going to look at a lot of deals before you say yes. It's just part of the numbers game. But a lot of people don't know how to evaluate deals, will drive all around town, waste all the day, that had they done simple calculations, they could have evaluated from the comfort of their own homes. I don't want you to go outside your home or your office unless it's worth it. And if you do a few calculations, an evaluation like I'm going to teach you, you will be way ahead of the game. In fact, 95% of real estate investors don't know how to evaluate deals. So step one, someone calls you, they're looking for deals, ask for the address. Step one, what is the address of the property? 123 Main Street. Step number two, what is the price? What is the price? What am I buying it at? That's step two. Step two, what am I buying at? Step number three, what is the value as is of the property? What is the value as is? The as is value is that if I was going to take my property and not do any work to it in its existing condition and put it on the market, right, what would the price go for? So if you have a house right now and I was going to buy your house and you weren't doing a thing to it, put it on the market, what would you get for it? That is the as is value. Step number four, how much work does the property need? How much work does the property need? Now, by experience, when someone says $10,000, what does that mean? 20. When someone says 20, what does it mean? 40. And when they say 100 grand, bulldoze the whole thing, right? It's not a real house. Because a lot of times when you have bird dogs and wholesalers bring you deals, you understand is that their job is to try to push the deals. Now, some people might fall for it, do the deal, lose money, never do again. And other people, they're desperate to push the deal for it. To me, I'd rather bring a deal, and if I say it's worth $100,000 or there's $10,000 of work, someone goes out there and do some due diligence and it's going to take $10,000 and it's worth $100,000, you build credibility. You are here so you can be in business a very long time. And you can't buy trust and you can't buy credibility. So, step number 5, on a scale of 1 to 10, how much work does the property need? On a scale of 1 to 10, how much work does the property need? Now, if the guy tells me it's a 3, but then I look at the number and say, well, there's $10,000 worth of work, you're starting to see a little discrepancy, right? You're starting to see something a little different. Step number 6. What is the ARV of the property? The ARV, or commonly referred as the after repaired value. That is a very important number. That means that after I fix up the property will be worth X. But you have to be careful. Sometimes people bring the property to you and they'll say, it's worth $150,000 fixed up. Okay, what am I buying at? $100,000. People say, oh wow, that looks like a good deal. And they forget to ask what? Well, how much work is it going to take? $40,000. Does that make sense? Here's a little tip that I say to you. Always base your evaluation on the as-is value. And if you put money into the property to fix it up, then it's an added bonus. So if the property is $100,000, you want to buy it for 65% or less, depending on which market you're in, of course. And if you put money in to fix it up and it's worth $140,000, then it's the bonus. Because when you force the appreciation or automatic appreciation that is not below market value, if you don't get your price, your investment starts losing. So I always like to buy my properties below market value, and if it goes up, it's an added bonus. So what is the after repaired value? Step number 7, how many bedrooms, bath, detached garage, attached, central air, how old is the house? You want to ask as many questions and information of the house as possible. Because usually a detached garage could actually be worth less than an attached garage. Central air versus not central air, right? All these questions will factor in when you get an evaluation of the property. So, step number 7, ask about the property. Step number 8, is the bird dog fee or the wholesale fee included in the price? So if someone says you could buy it for, it's worth $180,000 and I'm asking for $100,000, I'll say, okay, well, is your price included into the $100,000? If the wholesaler or bird dog says no, it's not included, it's $5,000, then you know to put $5,000. So what am I really buying at if it's $100,000? $105,000. And sometimes they'll say it's included. And when someone says to me, my fee is already built into this, and I don't mind bird dogs and wholesalers making money, but I've come to learn is that they probably don't want me to know how much they built in of their profits. Now, if it's a great deal all day long, it's not a problem, but if I have to negotiate it down, I probably know that I'm going to have some room, right? And there's a reason why they don't want to tell me how much the price is. Step number 9. Here's a big one. Is the price negotiable? Is the price negotiable? And you would be surprised that 8 out of 10 people will say yes. So what does that mean? You can get it lower. Folks, you don't know unless you ask. Step number 10. Here's a good one. Is that the best you can do? And when you ask them, more often than not, they'll get angry like, oh, I've already given you a discount. I'll give you another $1,000 more and that's it. Or $5,000, that's it. You see what I'm talking about? You are putting him in a frame, and you haven't even started the negotiation yet. But you're starting to understand the level of motivation that is happening. And understanding motivation is key to success. Because if you don't know the motivation, then what can you do? Which means step 11 is, why are the sellers selling? Is it a foreclosure? Is it a probate? Is it someone who bought another house and just needs to get rid of it? Is it someone who just put it on the market to see what he can get and he doesn't care whether he gets top dollars? So by understanding the motivation, you'll also understanding your negotiation position. Step number 12. Do you have any comparables of the property? Comps, that's referred. So how did he come up with his value of 180, let's say? Because having that number will help me assess if I ever have a discrepancy. Okay, well, one person said this and another person said that. And I'll talk about that in a few minutes. Step number 12, do you have any pictures of the property? Do you have any pictures of the property? And that's important to me because when I send over the numbers, and I'll explain to you that in a minute in another step, it's important to have pictures of the property. If they don't, I want to get pictures because at the end of the day, you don't want to waste your time. The more information you have, the better accurate number you can have before you go out there. So you like to have some kind of idea. So if you're interested in learning more, this is a segment of me teaching here to my audience, then come to the event, go to jtfoxlive.com, and I'll give you the other 14 steps of evaluating deals among other deals. So this is the type of quality content we're giving here to our students, and we really hope to see you at the event. Thank you.